So, boom! What we saying, guys? One more game to go. 3 more points to go. And Liverpool have clinched the four-game title. Well done, Mikel Arteta, for fogging around. Been drawing all them games. Now we're going to let Liverpool win the four-game league at a canter. Ay. Hey, Mikel Marino, please tell me, man like Raul, we're going to call him Raul from that one, yeah? From now on, we just call him Raul. X, what you saying? Liverpool won the league, it's done, innit? It's done. How do you feel, broski? It's over. Is it still Arteta? No, Arteta is not Arteta out yet, but he has got £1 more in the bank, bro. An overdraft. He's got an overdraft, but is it interest free? Not yet. Not yet. I think the first 50 he gets for free. Then after that, it's interest. Interest is not free. But hold on, I've got something on in the background. What's going on here? Cancel task. We just want to shut it down, please. Shut it down. Looks like it's taking up a lot of memory. Let me see. I bet you it's taking up bare ghost memory. Available 25. That is crazy. All that ghost memory is just taken up. Ugh. Let's just delete these. Waka and Laka show. Let's delete those. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. I left the in Final Cut. When you leave Final Cut creates ghost files, and it them ghost files just clog up your hard drives. Yes, JBRS. What you saying, baby? When you lose to PSG, then well, that's a different question. X. If we lose to PSG, man said when, because it was when we lose to Real Madrid and we patched them up. But when we beat PSG, if we do lose to PSG, then the noises of Arteta out will begin. I won't be Arteta out, but I will be saying maybe it's time we start looking for another manager, is what I will be saying. Because in football, there is a saying, and it is called fine margins. Ken Dog echoed it this morning. She must have seen the live from the night before of the fine margins. But this is football, it's fine margins. I mean, if Dennis Bergkamp scores that penalty in the 99 FA Cup semi-finals, the last kick of the game, if he scores that, Arsenal go through to the FA Cup final and probably win the league, and Arsenal do back-to-back doubles, and there's no treble. And there's no Sir Alex Ferguson. PSG are on fire. Enrique has done wonders. Yeah, PSG, I won't say they're on fire because, they struggled against Aston Villa. Didn't they lose to Aston Villa? Wasn't it? What was the score? What was the score? X. But these are interesting questions, X. It's interesting to hear your stance on these things here, because it's just interesting to see how people think. So I've gone to Liverpool for some reason. Let's check out Aston Villa, Aston Villa beat them 3-2. I'm saying I won't call that fire. It was 5-4 on aggregate. I wouldn't exactly call it what you said, but they're not really on fire. I think Arsenal will beat them because Arsenal beat them last time. What about Barca or Inter? I think we've got too much for Barca as well. Inter Milan, on the other hand, I am actually scared of. Inter Milan pose Arsenal probably the most threat because they know how to defend in the low block. They know the dark arts, and they've got an actual killer up. Well, I won't say a killer up front, but they've got a very good striker up front. So they are basically the Italian version of Arsenal. I would say. I'd say they've almost. Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, that's what I'd say. I am worried about Inter Milan. They do worry me. I think the Spanish teams, I think we got too much for them. In fact, let me look at Inter's team, because I actually haven't looked at Inter's team. I've just looked at it and been like, yeah, this is a top outfit. They caused us troubles when they played us. I mean, let's see. Inter, but they lost to who they lose to? Bologna? Was that Bologna or AC Milan? They lost to Bologna 1-0. They lost to Bologna 1-0. This is good. Their team, I mean, really, their team is nothing really to write home about. To be fair, I think we've got too much for them, but they know how to defend. That again, we've got a better team than they have. That's a fact. There's no one. Let me see the team. There's no one in that team. I mean, Thuram, Martinez is the danger man. Di Marco is really, we should have too much for the likes of a Di Marco. I mean, come on, man. Mkhitaryan, come on, 36 in midfield, bruv. Come on, Kalugia, what the Turkish man, 31 as well. Really and truly, we should have too much for them, man. Really. Yeah, Inter will be difficult to break down. City struggle. That's what I'm saying. But they know how to defend. It's a real, and they can probably catch you on the counter. You won't have a problem. PSG will put you out of your misery. I mean, PSG ain't got enough for the Arsenal, I'm afraid. PSG midfield and attack is too strong as well. They pressed Liverpool both home and away and lost to Aston Villa and lost to Arsenal. I'm just saying, Chris, imagine a Spurs and Man United Europa final. Your hairline will be completely gone. Listen, that's the maddest thing. Imagine a Spurs and United final with the amount of games them two are 4 getting lost. Like, come on, man. That's crazy. That's nasty work, really. It's actually nasty work if you just think about it. That's all it is, pure and simple, just nothing but nasty work. How can they be in a final of a Euro? I mean, and not allowing the Champions League teams to go into the Europa League is now become a travesty. Who do you support? I'm supporting Spurs. I'm supporting Spurs for that. We have won a Europa League. It won't hurt Chris as much. I mean, I still think I want Spurs to win it over United. I just can't have United saying they've had a better season than Arsenal. I mean, Spurs win it, it'll be ironic because Ange did say, and I've cussed him, but Ange did say I usually win things in my second season. Boy, and if he does that, then boy, Arsenal won't worry PSG the other way like Liverpool did. No, Mendes locked Salah both legs. Arsenal won't worry. What? Spurs would laugh at you, man. Yeah, but they can laugh, bro. That's what, one trophy in 25 years. One major in 35. Excuse me. Look, I'm even sneezing at the prospect of thinking about it. Hey. Damn, Chris, you supporting Spurs, but have a proper European trophy, and Arsenal haven't. They've already got a Europa League, so, and it's the worst. And if they win this one, it's the worst one anyway. And Man United, it's the worst. It's the worst competition we've seen in years. God, blimey. Chris hates United. I hate Manchester United more than Spurs, of course. We went toe to toe with Manchester United. I despise Man United more than anybody. I don't even care about Spurs. Are our little man. That's our little man, Spurs. That's what it is. Spurs is a little man. That's our little man, our little cousin, our little bro. Man United, see Man United? That's a bully from around the block. That's the bully from around the block. And we ain't standing for that. Isn't it? You get... Yeah, and that's the maddest thing, is that they will get a Champions League place. And they both need it. They both fucking need it. Yeah, I forgot Spurs have won one. That's what I'm saying, Jay. That doesn't mean nothing. You went toe to toe, and they took you out and ended you. Who? No, we didn't go toe to toe, because when we went toe to toe for 10 years, we was the dominant team in the end. Over those 7 to 8 over that 8 year period. It's only because Chelsea came in and done our dance. If Chelsea never done our dance, it'd be a different story. But Chelsea come and done our dance. and Man United had to really spend big and work hard and flex. Chris, how do you feel when Van Persie left for United? That was the ultimate. When Van Persie left for United, that is the moment I really knew that Arsene Wenger and Arsenal were finished. How I knew them, we wasn't elite at that point. Not that Wenger wasn't. Wenger was still an elite manager at that point, but at that point, Arsenal itself, Wenger couldn't save Arsenal no more. And we was at that point where we actually needed money now to buy, and we weren't doing that. That was part of Van Persie's gripe, is that we was going to go into another season having to spend pittance, maybe sell someone. We had to sell somebody basically, and selling Van Persie for that price at that age with 1 year left on his contract was crazy. At that time, I was gutted, but it was a real rag. How's Wenger going to save Arsenal? He brought in Cazorla, he brought in Podolski, he brought in Giroud to replace Van Persie, and it was decent. It would have been decent if players never got injured, like broken legs and all that. It probably would have worked out, but it was just that was a step too far. Like Wenger's magic. The older he gets, the harder it gets. The more money there is in football, the stronger Chelsea get. Man United are spending money like they've never spent before, and even they had to come to a halt for a few seasons, and then Fergie just had to work his magic for the rest. And then we were just lucky that Chelsea were just a mess, and they papered over cracks with trophies because they'd win an FA Cup, they'd win a Europa League, they'd win one here, finish 10th in the league. It was all mad. But that time of Van Persie, look, you've got me going on a tangent, but it was crazy. No, we was not. Listen, 97, 98, Arsenal won the league. That was the first time they battled it out. Arsenal 1-0 Arsenal. Then Man United went on a 3-0 3-peat, yeah? So it's 3-1. Then Arsenal win again, so it's 3-2. Then Man United win 4-2, which Arsenal should have won that season. So it's 4-2 instead of 3-all. So it's now 4-2. Then Arsenal win again, it's 4-3. Then Arsenal should have won the season after that. But Chelsea come in with all the money, and we would have won it the season after that. Would have done 2-2. So we'd end up winning the whole thing, bro. But the way it is, you know what I mean? I can't. That's how it would have been. But Chelsea's money just changed the whole landscape, bro. How many trophies did you win? Listen, bro. That's why you hate. You know, we were winning everything. Nah, bro. We was going toe to toe. Crazy to think Wenger hasn't managed since. And that's a real. You know what? Wenger hasn't managed since Arsenal. He could have managed. And I know he could have managed. And I know he would have done a madness at another bigger club. But the fact that he hasn't managed again, one, that breaks my heart. Two, I'm just like, this brother's so loyal to the Arsenal. It's crazy, man. It's absolute crazy. Respect you for competing a couple of times. Then what throwing? That's it, bruv. Shut up, bruv. Wenger would be legendary in this era. Slot is smoking all these man with ease, and it's embarrassing. Bro, they smoked you 8-2. That's when it wasn't over at the 8-2 point, but at the 8-2 point, it was that was another time. The 8-2, wasn't it? Or was it Van Persie? It was Van Persie. No, we was on a rebuild because we just lost Nasri and we just lost Fabregas, so that was the next rebuild, bruv. It's because he is old in there. No. Yeah, Van Persie was a skunk. It was nasty work, really, for Van Persie, if I'm honest, because what's this? They had Walcott running the wings. Oh my God, Theo Walcott, bro. You see what Mo Salah is? That's what Wenger was trying and hoping that Theo Walcott would end up producing. But for some reason, Theo just never went to the next level. He was a good player, Theo Walcott, very quick, very good finisher. But he just didn't have the intelligence to make the run to be as high up as like a Salah, or he just didn't have the ability. I don't know which one it was. But when it comes to finishing, sometimes he was exceptional. After the 8-2, Wenger got the check. After 8-2, the board had to get the checkbook out and sign Santos, Mertesacker, Arteta. Oh my God, and some other fool. Who was it? Hold on. Al Park. That was crazy, bruv. Santos, only Mertesacker and Arteta really worked. Santos was a bit of a maverick. Such a maverick signing that was just like, oh my god, that was so bad. That's when we was in so desperate need, but we had no owners at the club. Yeah, but he wasn't 75 when he left Arsenal, you donut. He was bloody 71 and could have managed another 2-3 years, Jordan. He was done this season before he left. No, he wasn't done. We just didn't have the players, bruv. Ox then burst onto the scene. Shame his injuries stopped him. His injuries and going on Soccer Sunday stopped him. When he saw his stats, he couldn't believe his eyes. And he felt he was something, but he wasn't. Pissed him off more than the fans were switching on him the way they did. Why they eventually said, F this. The fans were a bunch of wankers, bruv, for doing that. No, he was done. He wasn't done, bruv. And Wenger wasn't done. He worked magic with the debt. Trust me, Mertesacker, bruv. No, Arsenal fired Wenger and still never won the league. Facts. And got into top four and are loving life now, but we're in top four. Jokers. When Wenger was in top four on winning FA Cups, it wasn't good enough. And Jordan said he was finished. Jesus Christ. My man won the FA Cup this season before. Just to get top four 4 years exactly was a miracle. And when Wenger was doing it, and like I just said, winning FA Cups, it wasn't deemed good enough. But now it's like, oh, we're challenging, and we're on the precipice of everything. Bloody hell, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ! And now Slot is running away with a title. Jesus, one game away. Jesus, no, he was hitting that time where he was getting annoyed with football. I hear you, Jordan, but no. Chris would take Wenger over. Of course, any day, bro. Any day. With this money, what? Wenger money and scouts. Jesus Christ. This is why he is happy in his position now. Maybe, bro. He wants to change football. It's not going to change, bro. It's going to change for the worse. Anyway, that's all I know. That's all I know. Did anyone watch the Liverpool game, by the way, today? Or the Arsenal game? Who watched the Arsenal game? Please tell me you lot have finally realised that Marino's better than Havertz. Please tell me you lot have realised Kai Havertz isn't a baller. Please tell me. Champions League win would do a madness for Arteta's brand. Trust me. Because then I can be pro Arteta. Full-heartedly, wholeheartedly. Reckon even if you don't win next season, would be Arteta's last. If we don't win anything this season, bro, next season's Arteta's last chance, bro. I don't think. Hey, Jesus Christ. Havertz is a baller. He just can't do it in the Premier. Oh, shut up, Jordan. Makes no sense. You're not a baller then. But he can't do it in the Premier. When it's chit-chat, can't do it in the Premier, bro. If you're a baller, you're a baller, bro. If you think Zidane couldn't do it in the Premier, Zidane will run rings around, man. Man says Havertz is a baller. He just can't do it in the Premier. Bruv, I watch him enough times, bruv. He kills me. Wenger would pull up the cap always. Would pull up. What's this? Wenger would pull up and cap always. Talking about he almost signed Mbappe. But he did, though, bro. He did. He needed to sign his players, bro. And Jorginho was before Mbappe. Wenger had players like Yaya, Sanogo, Mertesacker, Kolasinac, Oneni, Henry, Vieira, Overmars. What are we saying, bro? Marino better than any striker at Pool or Arsenal. Crazy. Wonder how many ballers did a position change? You think he's better than Mo Salah? Well, you mean Nunes. You refer to Darwin Nunes. Watch 21-year-old Havertz. Bruv, man, he ain't 21 no more. I'm not hearing that shit. He has lost it. Should have never gone Chelsea, bro. So he hasn't developed since he was 21. You send me a video clip. Send me a video clip to the IG. Man said 20. Go and watch 21-year-old Kai Havertz. Jesus Christ, Jordan. Oh. Chris hated Mustafi with a passion. Mustafi and Mertesacker, what a back line. It was crazy, bruv. Mustafi was shy, bruv. And the thing is, Wenger didn't even want him, and they was forced to get him because of that supercomputer that Ivan Gazidis brought in. and from the pressure from the fans that was saying we want him. And Wenger said, no, the eye test, he hasn't passed the eye test. Wenger said statistically amazing. Eye test, no. And we was forced to do it in the end. And when we got him, my barber was going nuts. My barber was saying, we've got the best defender in the world. He's German as well. And da-da-da-da-da. And then in the end, he was cussing Mustafi, calling Wenger a joke for buying him. No, just go watch him. He was moving mad. Sad. I'm going to type it in. 21-year-old Kai Havertz. See what we're dealing with. You're selling me a bag of lies. Wes, what are you saying, broski? Teta is strong-minded. He was not phased when he failed and changing Havertz to CM. And it worked for Mourinho. Bro! I don't even know what to say to that, man. His dribbling was beautiful for his stature. He had mad pace. To see him now is... What's good? Why am I sneezing? Havertz is like Ozil at Madrid. Havertz is like Ozil at Madrid. Where has it... Ozil at Madrid was a bad man, though. And when he came to Arsenal, he was a bad man as well. Man really said Havertz is like Ozil at Madrid. Man really said that out loud. One of the worst players I've ever seen to grace an Arsenal top. That's what I'm saying. Ozil at Madrid was way more though. Yeah, but thank you. Don't disrespect Ozil. Thank you, Jabs. Thank you. Old days of old days. Havertz, not a youth no more, and potential talk doesn't work. We want end fogging product. Ozil was dribbling, weaving, shooting from 30 yards. But he was doing it at Arsenal still. He was doing bits and bobs at Arsenal. But Havertz don't look good at Arsenal, and he didn't look good at Chelsea. And as Wes has clearly stated, Havertz is not a youth no more. That potential doesn't wash no more. There's got to be a point where you reach this potential. Do you know what I mean, Jordan? Who is disrespecting you, man, moving mad? It does feel a bit disrespectful. Ozil at Arsenal is nowhere near the same Ozil. No, boy, Ozil at Arsenal was a bad man still. Havertz at Leverkusen. Yeah, but Ozil fulfilled his potential. Your guy Havertz hasn't fulfilled no potential. Don't disrespect Ozil like that again by comparing him with the likes of Havertz. That's highly disrespectful. Ozil is a generational talent, bruv. Generational. He ain't your everyday baller, Ozil. Ozil is just gold, is magic. That Wenger says if you don't like Ozil, you don't like football. Man ain't comparing him to Ozil. I'm saying, where has it? Bruv, I've never seen his attributes in Havertz. He's shy. Raul's just proved that. Ozil and Sanchez v. Saka and Havertz don't even... Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. The club is cooked. United, facts. We even spoke about Man United. That's the next madness. I've just totally forgot that Man United have lost again. It's like it has gone. It's like it's gone. Ozil only had passing and vision at Arsenal. Yeah, that's all he needed. Nah, bro. Don't disrespect Ozil like that, bro. He was sick and he was bagging a few goals for Arsenal. Wenger even predicted that he could get 15 league goals at one point. I remember Wenger saying, yeah, if he really wants it and pushes, he could get a lot of goals. I couldn't see it personally, but Wenger had faith in him. But at Madrid, he had more because he was a better team, bruv. You got Higuain, you got bloody Ronaldo, you got Benzema, you got Di Maria. At Arsenal, he's got Giroud, he's got Theo Walcott, bruv. He's got Danny Welbeck. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. Go watch him. To be honest, he was a bit more agile at Madrid. I've seen his Madrid clips, bruv. He was sick, wicked. He was sick. He was sick. I see it. I've seen him. And I'm like, right. I wish we had that version of him. But the version I got of him, I was very happy. He just needed more players around him, like of the Sanchez level. That's all it was. United are prime television. No one got Hollywood like them. They're fantastic, Man United. Arsenal let Ozil down. Man was in his prime. Means man gave him. It's true. I agree. I agree with the football hub, man. We let Ozil down, man. Imagine Sanchez, Ozil, and so listen. If Cazorla was fit, because that's what it would been. Cazorla, Ozil, Sanchez. Imagine if we got Suarez, that would have been dangerous, bruv. United season, just like Arsenal, all the rest of Europe, don't think Amarin is the one, even if we win it. Did you watch the podcast that I did today with Marvelous Marv and Ken Dog? It's brunch with Marvelous Marv and Ken Dog came on, and he thinks that Amarin is the one. Mental. It was Walcott that let Ozil down more than Jizu. I agree. Jizu would still would have held it down at top, yeah. But he went for a run of 9 games without scoring, bro. That was very crazy. But I agree with you. I think Theo Walcott maybe fogged up a bit more than in the top winger to replace Theo Walcott. We got him in the end in Saka. In the end. Anyway, man, I think I'm going to try it again. Oh, before we go, what's this Titans film that you lot were telling me to watch? What was the Titans film? Where's Jay Greens? Where are you, baby? What is the name of this Titan film? One time it was 9 games. 9 games, that's crazy. I back Amarim, but he does need to be blamed. He does need to blame too. Come on, before I go, what's this Titans film you man were telling me to watch? I tried to look for it the other day, and all I kept on getting was Clash of the Titans. I'm sure it wasn't Clash of the Titans that I wanted to watch. I'm sure it was not a Clash of the Titans. But I know it's Titans something. No, Amarim was never meant to be our manager. Told, man. Jordan speaks his mind. So I told you, man. Should have just kept Rude and got Xavi Hernandez. That's what I said. Keep Rude, because Rude would have got the job in the end. Because he knows the Man United way, loves it. Look at him as a Man United manager compared to him as a Leicester manager. It's all gone tits up. I mean, man, I'm gonna love you and leave you. I'm off ski. Love tomorrow morning.